Hello everyone. Welcome to this little town where life is never boring. Strange ripples have been disturbing the surface of Maple Lake for days, and no one is brave enough to venture out and find the cause. But that doesn't mean everyone is scared. At least not this girl. This is Luna. She's not scared of anything, or at least that's what she wants everyone to think. Just then, her neighbor, Marco, walked by. He was always in a hurry and didn't really speak to anyone. "Are you ready?" Marco asked. Luna took a deep breath. She was excited, a little scared, but mostly determined to get to the bottom of this mystery. "Ready," she said. Carefully, she reached out her hand and the baby dragon sniffed her fingers. "What's wrong?" Luna asked. "I think it wants us to follow it," Marco said. The dragon dove under the raft again, and this time it emerged on the other side, showing them a path through the trees. Then it did something unexpected. It wrapped its tail around her hand and nuzzled her face. The dragon was friendly. She was so happy to see her baby dragon healthy and playing in the lake. In her excitement, she accidentally splashed them with water. "Thanks for saving our lives," the mother dragon said. "You're welcome," Luna replied. "We were scared at first, but you weren't dangerous at all. You're actually really nice." The mother dragon smiled and dipped her head in gratitude. "What are you doing here?" he asked her. They brought it back to the lake and carefully poured it into the mother dragon's mouth. The baby dragon watched anxiously while his mother drank the potion. Then she looked at them and let out a small, grateful smile. "I saw something in the lake yesterday," she said, showing him her drawing. A beautiful dragon with emerald green scales lay inside. She looked weak and sick. "Oh, my goodness," Luna exclaimed. "She's hurt." The baby dragon started to cry. It nudged its mother with its nose and let out a loud roar. Sometimes they would even take a ride on the mother dragon's back. Now, whenever someone said something mean or scary about dragons, Luna would just smile and nod, knowing they weren't dangerous at all. It was so sad to see the baby dragon so scared and worried about its mother. Marco looked at it and nodded. "I saw something like that once when I was fishing," he said. "It looked like a giant snake, but it had wings." Luna's eyes grew wide, so it wasn't just a scaly tail. There was also a dragon. And this drove Luna crazy. She knew what was out there and she wanted to prove it. She just needed a plan. One day while walking home from school, she sees something unbelievable. Something is making the lake ripples. A huge scaly tail. "I don't know," he replied, "but if you want to find out, we can build a raft." As they moved away from the shore, the water grew choppier, and suddenly a huge splash startled them. Whatever was in the lake was angry. "I hope this thing isn't poisonous," Marco said, starting to panic. But it wasn't a monster that rose to the surface. It was a baby dragon, no bigger than a puppy. It looked at them with big, curious eyes. "And go out to the middle of the lake." An idea sparked in Luna's eyes. Yes, a raft. They could make one out of barrels and driftwood. It would float. She didn't tell anyone what she saw because she didn't want to be laughed at. The next day at school, all the kids were talking about the mysterious lake. Of course, they were only speculating. No one had any real information to share. That afternoon, she went to the lake and started to draw what she had seen the day before. "Do you think it's dangerous?" she asked. An hour later, they had built a strong raft and tied it securely to some trees on the shore. They pushed the raft into the water and it floated. Luna felt bad. The poor little thing must have been scared and hungry. "Don't worry," she said. "We won't hurt you." As they got closer to the center of the lake, the dragon started to panic. It kept splashing and trying to dive under the raft. When they got off the raft and followed the dragon, they soon realized it had led them to its nest. "We have to do something," Luna said. The kids quickly gathered some berries and herbs from the forest and made a healing potion. After a few days, the mother dragon was fully recovered. From that day on, the kids became friends with the dragons, and every weekend they would visit them at the lake.